As you log into World of Warcraft, you will notice a few changes. 1. Your talents have been reset. In 5.0, Blizzard introduced a new talent specialization. Now go to your talent page and select Arms. Now that you have learned your abilities, open your spellbook and place the ones that you want on your action bars. Next, go to your talents. You will quickly notice that your talent tree is gone, and there are very few things to choose from now. Well, you only get one from each row, granted every 15 levels. Let's look at the first row now. Juggernaut. You can charge every 12 seconds instead of every 20. Double Time. You can charge twice in a row. Each use has a 20-second recharge time. Charge can only grant rage every 12 seconds. Warbringer. Your charge also knocks the target down for 3 seconds. Since we are focused on mainly PvP, our option is Juggernaut or Double Time. I chose Double Time to help against kiting. The second line we have Enrage Regeneration. This instantly heals you for 10% of your total health, and an additional 10% over the next 5 seconds. Can be used while stunned, and if used while enraged, costs 0 rage. Second Wind. Whenever you are below 35% health, you regenerate 3% health every second. Whenever you are struck by a stun or immobilizing effect, you gain 20 rage over the next 10 seconds. Impending Victory. Instantly attack the target, causing 6,000 damage and healing you for 10% of your maximum health. Killing an enemy that yields experience or honor resets the cooldown of Impending Victory and causes your next Impending Victory to heal for 30% of your maximum health. Trust me, Impending Victory sounds good, but it's crap. I chose Second Wind because it is automatically procced and it currently is pretty overpowered. Row 3. We have Staggering Shout. Causes all enemies in 20 yards that are snared to become rooted for 5 seconds. Piercing Howl. Snares all enemies within 15 yards for 15 seconds. Disrupting Shout. Interrupts all spellcasting within 10 yards and prevents any spell from that school of magic being cast for 4 seconds. This is a very good talent, but I do a lot of flag support in battlegrounds, so I chose Piercing Howl. For Arena, I suggest going with Disrupting Shout. In row 4, we have Bladestorm. But to put it simple, Bladestorm was our only ability to free ourselves from roots. Now, it's a necessary talent. Shockwave. Sends a wave of force in a frontal cone before you, causing 10,000 damage and stunning all enemies within 10 yards for 4 seconds. Dragon's Roar. Roar ferociously, causing 19,000 damage to all enemies within 8 yards, knocking them back and knocking them down for 3 seconds. Dragon's Roar is always a critical strike and ignores all armor on the target. Between these two, I chose Shockwave, because you use it 3 times before Dragon Roar gets off cooldown. While it fails in comparison to the damage Dragon Roar has, its stun lasts 1 global longer, and it can be used more often with a 2-yard wider range. Row 5. Massive Spell Reflection. Reflects the next spell cast on you and on all party and raid members within 20 yards for 5 seconds. Safeguard. Run at high speed towards a party or raid member, removing you from all movement impairing effects, intercepting the next melee or ranged attack against them, and reducing their damage taken by 20% for the next 6 seconds. This may seem like a tanking ability, but it can be very useful in arenas. Vigilance is quite useless as an arms warrior, so we will skip it. I chose Mass Spell Reflection for more of a battleground playstyle, to help my healers from taking Chaos Bolt, etc. On to glyphs. Your prime glyphs have been removed. You have major and minor glyphs again. Minor glyphs are only for fun now. Your major glyphs have been upgraded, and there are an array of exciting new ones. For instance, Glyph of Gag Order. Make your heroic throw and pummel silence the enemy for 3 seconds. Yes, warrior gets a ranged silence. Glyph of Enraged Speed. Increases your movement speed while enraged by 20%. This is a very useful glyph. Glyph Death from Above. Reduces the cooldown on Heroic Leap by 15 seconds and increases its damage by 100%. 15 whole seconds. That's great news for you flag runners out there. Now let's look at rotation and mechanics. Blizzard changed the way rage is used on our class. For instance, Mortal Strike grants rage rather than consumes it. In addition, it also applies your Rend effect. Since Rend is combined with Mortal Strike, it procs Overpower. This red proc bar up above is very rare, but causes your next Heroic Strike or Cleave to do substantial damage. Colossus Smash is still a very important part of our rotation, so try to keep it up on your opponent to maximize damage. Disarm no longer requires you to change your stance to prot to use on an enemy. Also, Die by Sword is a revamped skill that now increases your chance to parry by 100% and reduces damage taken by 20% for the next 8 seconds. Intervene. Run at high speed towards a party or raid member, intercepting the next melee or ranged attack while the target remains within 10 yards. Very useful if you have a healer that needs you to peel. Now let's look at our gear setup. You probably have a lot of strength gems equipped at the moment. Well, in PvP you no longer need them. You need this new gem called PvP Power. Blizzard designed it where all players PvE or PvP have 40% base resilience on top of your PvP gear. Now you have PvP Power, and what PvP Power does is cancel out resilience. So you want your PvP Power as close to 40% as you can get it, in order to cancel out all of your enemy's natural resilience. PvE geared players won't be hitting you for those insane crits anymore. You will also notice that your hit rating and expertise are very high at the moment. Just reforge for critical strike and then mastery till your hit rating is capped. Hit rating cap is 5% and expertise is at 6%. But keep in mind that the game is currently set up for capped level 90 players, not level 85s. Now I am going to show you some battleground footage of this setup being used. Thanks for watching the video. We hope that you liked it. Please comment below. Don't forget to subscribe.